Yeah.
Hello and welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. Very nice to have you along with us. We are broadcasting live from the Holly Mullins Farmers Insurance in Aurora, Colorado.
Right, we are here off of 4th and Sable in Aurora, kind of near 6th and 225, and a lot of flurry of activity going on here today.
Boy, there is. Talk about a busy office. Farmers Insurance, Holly Mullins Farmers Insurance is quite that description. Boy, they got people coming and going. Lots of good folks getting great service here at the Mullins Farmer Insurance. And I'll tell you, members of the Extreme Customer Service Directory, they know how to take care of their customers, and it shows with the smiles you see on people coming and going.
I love it. I love it. And so she does offer extreme customer service. The Holly Mullins Farmers Insurance Agency is a voting location for our Experience Travel Marketing campaign. They are going to ask their clients where they think you should go on vacation.
You say that with such a big smile.
I know.
I would call it a cheese-eating grin.
But I don't eat cheese, so at least not yellow cheese. I do like other kinds of cheese.
So let's invite our audience to come down and meet Holly Mullins. Come in and say hello to Angel and Eric here on the live broadcast. We'd love to meet you. The address is 14221 East 4th Avenue, Suite 100 in Aurora. Again, 14221 East 4th Avenue, Suite 100. Come out, say hello, and get to know us.
Absolutely. So we are broadcasting live. We actually have tons of live broadcasts coming out between now and the end of April as we do our launch and promote our Experience Travel campaign, where you get to vote on where Eric gets to go on vacation. Come out and visit any of our voting locations. We have tons of them scattered all throughout the city. Of course, we are broadcasting here today from the Farmers Insurance, Holly Mullins Farmers Insurance. You're welcome to come out and visit us and say hey and vote for where you think Eric should go on vacation. And then check out our Facebook page. I actually have an event. I created a Facebook event.
You created a what?
A Facebook event saying tell Eric where to go. And we'll have all of our voting locations along with our live broadcast dates all listed in one place where you can see it all in one place. Of course, we'll be on Thursday. We'll be at All Stitched and Glitzed Out. She's got some fun Valentines and
yes,
some, fun glitzy stuff for us for prizes and goodies for people. So come out, and if you've got anything you want to have blinged and stitched and blitzed, you can bring it over to us on Thursday. And then, of course, next week we'll be at Printing Done Quickly celebrating their 1-year anniversary.
1-year anniversary. I'll tell you what, we love to hear the success stories of businesses, small and large. And if you've got a success story, we'd love to hear from you as well. You can always reach us at our Facebook page, facebook.com/Experience Pros. And while you're there, you can also online vote over at the Highlands Ranch Travel Facebook page. Just go to Highlands Ranch Travel, search that in the bar, and you'll see the little tab that says send Eric on, or tell Eric where to go.
I love it. And so we're having lots and lots of places.
Right.
Lots of chances for you to vote on where Eric should go. And every time you enter to vote, you are entered into a chance to win a free trip to the St. Regis in Aspen, Colorado.
That's like a hotel or something, right?
It is a resort.
Yeah.
It is a resort in Aspen, Colorado, along with an hour session with Park Meadows Pilates. And so more prizes seem to be coming in for that lucky winner. Vote every day. Plus, every time you vote on location at a voting location, you also help that location earn a free trip, or no, a free month of advertising. Because if we pick our winner, our Aspen winner,
right,
from that location,
like right here at the Holly Mullins Farmers Insurance.
So you come in today and you vote at the Holly Mullins Agency, and you end up being our winner to Aspen, then Holly wins a free month of free advertising for her agency, which is a pretty cool gig. So it's a win-win-win. Go out. Eric's going to go on vacation. He's going to go someplace fabulous. One of our lucky voting locations is going to win a free month of advertising, and you could possibly win a free trip to Aspen, Colorado staying at the St. Regis Resort.
Absolutely. Do you love your insurance agent? Well, if you don't, you might want to give Holly Mullins a check. Auto, home, life, and business insurance. Yes, they even do your motorcycles if you like that, recreational vehicles. They can take care of your financial health insurance as well. And yes, they carry renters and umbrella insurance. The insurance goes on and on.
It goes on and on. I'll tell you what, you work hard. You work hard. You want to protect your home. You want to protect the stuff that you acquire. You want to make sure that your family this doesn't turn into a financial emergency.
Right.
You know, a lot of times when something bad happens, it's an emotional emergency, which is fine, but don't also turn it into a financial one. Make sure that you are insured. So come and check out the Holly Mullins Farmers Insurance Agency. Well, we were broadcasting live for 2 full hours today. If you are anywhere in the 225 6th Avenue area, please stop by.
Absolutely, absolutely. We'd love to chat with you. And you know, I may just give away a restaurant gift card to Piatti.
Ooh,
right?
Coming by.
First person who comes by, you're getting lunch or dinner on the Experience Pros at Piatti. And if you've never eaten at Piatti, oh boy, you are going to love it.
I love it. I love it. Well, we're here all morning, so come and say hello and tell Eric where to go.
I don't think I like that. Folks, don't go anywhere. We will be back after these messages. You're listening to Angel and Eric on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way we treat your business.
So I don't have in the calendar Bizcard Express's live broadcast and Bank's live broadcast. Are we doing one at Water to Wine? No. Yes?
No, we're not doing one over at Water to yes, we are doing one at Water to Wine. And
or Core First Bank and Trust.
Those are all in the calendar.
Nay.
Please do. Okay. So I should talk to you a little more like this? Understood?
In the studio?
Gotcha. All right. Yep. So you said Darren is on the phone already? Nice. Very, very nice. Thank you, Charlie. I appreciate you. 2 minutes. Okay. Let me pull up the month. Okay, Core First is April 15. I see them in this calendar.
I just synced it. I know why. Okay.
Let me turn one off.
Alright, so those two.
What else were you looking for?
Bizcard Express.
I got Handyman Matters on April 10. Yep.
Are you an expert? At Experience Pros, we feature the best in business, and we're looking for industry experts to share tips with our audience. If you're an expert who offers great customer service,
AMB Bank is tentative on March 13th. 30 seconds.
Hey, Denver, this is Dave Ramsey of KLZ. Today, the Dave Ramsey Show. Noon to 3, right here on the legendary AM. Back in 10. AM.
10 seconds.
Angie Austin, catch the good news, Angie Austin weekdays over on our sister station 810 KLVZ.
Now back to the Experience Pros on KLZ 560, The Source. Experience Pros want to help you get your business right. Have you joined the revolution? Visit www.com/revolutionary and become a business revolutionary. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Very nice to have you along with us. We're broadcasting live from the Holly Mullins Farmers Insurance Agency, 14221 East 4th Avenue, Suite 100 in Aurora. If you're anywhere near, 225 and 6th Avenue, come on down, say hello, and there's food. We're going to bribe you. There's food at Piatti. I've got a gift card for the first person who comes down and visits.
I love it. I love it. Have you ever thought you could invent something? Do you ever look at some of the neat things that are out there, like from the Croc shoes to Trek bicycles and golf straps? Somebody invented those. But apparently, according to our next guest, Darren Gibby, he wrote the book The Vintage Club. He says America has stopped inventing. Darren, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Darren, very nice to have you. Now Darren, tell us a little bit about the first book that you wrote, Why Has America Stopped Inventing? And then we're going to come back and talk a little bit about the Vintage Club.
Why has America stopped inventing? It's really a dive into 19th America, the great inventors, and really the sacrifices that they made to be able to make America what it is today. And it also explores why we aren't seeing that amount of innovation today. Because I ran the numbers, and if you look at per capita basis, America invents half of what it used to 150 years ago. And so the question is why. What I did in Why Has America Stopped Inventing is look at some of the paths these inventors took to say why was that so different then versus what we're doing now.
What kind of things did you discover, Darren?
Well, some of the main things that I discovered was we had more of a culture of innovation back then than we do now. I mean, we seem to think that we're really invented to have all these electronic gadgets, but it's just not so. In the 19th century, people invented a lot more, and it wasn't somebody with a PhD doing the invention. It was a garage teacher, it was a farmer, a mechanic. Everybody wanted to invent something, and the patent set up so that if you came up with an idea, you could quickly get a patent and you could make money. Versus today, where if you try to go battle with a patent system, I can tell you that it's going to take you 3 to 5 years to get a patent. It will cost you probably $30,000. And then if somebody steals your idea and you have to sue them, it will take you $2 to $5 million to earn a lot of money. So you can see this grassroots movement for inventing is really vital in our age versus what we were 50 years ago.
All right, so Darren, let's segue now from the invention, the creativity and inventiveness, and maybe even just the motivation is gone. However, one thing has been invented, or at least perhaps we have we've been continually searching for it, and that's the elixir of life, which is kind of the premise of your new book, The Vintage Club. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's a little different story. The Vintage Club is a novel. It's a thriller, and it's about a group of wealthiest men who are chasing these old legends. There's wine that you can drink and it will make you live forever. And so they are scientifically trying to go through all of these old legends and see if they can find a wine that in fact will make you live.
Well,
It's based on a true story.
wait a minute, there's not?
Yeah, what's interesting is that one of the fascinating media, there's a widely known story that there is wine out there that will make you older. Of course, my first religion is very similar to the wine that
Well, how fascinating. So where did the inspiration? Did you just start drinking wine and it was you and a couple of buddies for a wine saying, you know, I feel younger, spry, if I miss this, I'm just feeling like now. Did it come from something?
Well, the idea I did because I love one of the old Holy Grail theories or stories, And I put those, and then Dan came up with this book, Vinci Code, and it kind of clicked. I said, oh, well, this would be a really fun thriller to make a story about who's chasing after this legend, and how would they prove it, and what kind of experiments would they have to conduct, and then I overlaid that with modern nanotechnology, which has the ability to really, in real time, understand the constituents of your blood, of the way how they can test their theory. And then they had, what theory should in this book, and how should I do that? And that crux of the story, and the main character who's kind of the guinea pig in all this, and they were secretly conducting research on him to figure out if he will by participating in the activities and drinking the wine that they created.
Well, if you went out with the likes of Indiana Jones and the Vinci, Dan Brown and the Da Vinci Code, what a fantastic thing that is to say. And interestingly enough, Caitlin writes in Amazon, she said, will drinking wine make you live forever? I hope so. Quaff on. Who wants to live forever? Apparently, most people. A very entertaining book with some interesting science, which will probably be available at a liquor store near you in the near future. I love it.
I can see a whole branding, a whole line of marketing
You bet.
and products and stuff. So has a wine company approached you about collaborating with you?
Well, it's interesting that a number of wineries and vineyards have contacted me. They love this book to put in their tasting after they do a tour of their their winery. They like to bring back and let them drink, sample some of their wine. So they've asked that I could put this book in there. And that's been kind of fun to do that as well. Also, there's the book trailer. It's on YouTube. You can look at it. But it kind of chases after this as well, and they've been interested in that, showing that as well.
Well, I just think that's brilliant. I remember, Darren, when the Chicken Soup for the Soul books first came out, one of the things that Jack Canfield did was he said he offered them to bakeries to sell, to collaborate with bakeries. In a bookstore, you're competing against hundreds of thousands of titles, whereas in the bookstore, they would say
in the bakery.
In the bakery, it was the best thing since sliced bread. So I imagine you're the only, there's not as much competition to sell your book in a winery as it is in a bookstore. So I think it's kind of brilliant. Where else, if we're not, if our wine store and our winery isn't selling your book, how do we recommend you to our favorite sommelier?
Yeah, the easiest way is probably just the normal channels of Amazon, Barnes and Noble. You can order them online. You can go to my website and get the information, which is www.darrengibby.com. And one quick question, the issue about the chicken noodle soup for the soul. My publicist actually did that series of books too, and so she came up with some great ideas based on what they did. And they gave up their job for a year, traveled around the country doing jobs in different places doing that. I wish I had a year to do that, but unfortunately I don't.
Well, Darren Gibby, we don't need a year to go out and get that book. It's called The Vintage Club. Get it wherever fine books are sold, and you're going to enjoy the murder mystery as well as the technology built into the novel. Darren, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Absolutely. Folks, don't go anywhere. When we come back, business tips and insights next on the Experience Pros Radio Show. We did find him. Okay. I think that we haven't chosen yet is water to wine.
Even a slow-running computer can stall your progress. When your software doesn't sync, nothing seems to work out. You've got a technology problem like Mullin with C-Square Computer Consulting. C-Square is your business pain reliever. Solve your pain. Call C-Square at 303-933-1113. If printing is an essential part of your business today, then you're really blind to success. This is it. An agent I wouldn't think would in our business without it. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I saw it.
Just the beginning. Savings over original manufactured products.
Because we're saving time, money, and space in the accounts. Future proof fast. To our IP perfect. 781-2076.
Bringing you an experience live with Master Healer Beth, a meditation teacher. Karen has 30 years experience with non-healing therapies and emotional education meditation programs.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Bye.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
I'll do my very best. Is Gunther online? Okay. Thank you. Minute 30.
It's transforming the way you go networking. It's way more fun than drive-by networking. It doesn't waste your time handing out stacks of business cards. Check out ExtremeRelationshipManagement.com for their next event. ExtremeRelationshipManagement.com.
Did we get a copy of that?
Therapy is the safest and most effective way to increase your testosterone levels. Therapy not only improves your energy and you, but also protects against heart disease, high cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, Alzheimer's, and prostate cancer. Go to biotmedical.com to find out.
Where's that award?
Hi, this is Mullin. I'm going to send you on a weekend getaway. All you have to do is tell Eric where to go. That's right, still for voting for where you would send Eric his first vacation in 12 years. You're entered to win a getaway of your own. It's free, and you can vote online once every day on the Highlands Ranch Travel Facebook page, right there on the Experience Travel.
30 seconds.
15 other locations around town where you can get extra votes each and every day. There's no downside. In a weekend getaway, just by telling Eric.
Everybody, it's America's Mr. Right.
You say that so easily. Tell Eric. Where'd it go?
Hey there, Denver. It's Laura Ingram on KLZ. Dave Ramsey.
10.
And we want to hear from you. So give us a call. Dave Ramsey, live at noon here on KLZ AM 560. Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. We are broadcasting live from the Holly Mullins Farmers Insurance address here at 14221 East 4th Avenue, Suite 100 in Aurora, Colorado.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's all business in here. They've got clients coming in and out, and they're kind of a professional group. They're on the phone, and so not a whole lot of hooping and hollering, but they're watching on, and they're having a good time. And if you are anywhere in the 225 and 6th Avenue area, we would love for you to stop in. We'll give you a gift certificate for you to go out to lunch. Well, you heard the theme music. You heard as we were coming back. It is time for our health tip from BioT Medical. Find them online at BIOTEmedical.com. Hi, Gunther.
Good morning, and I do feel good. Feeling good.
You know, Gunther, we are feeling very, very well, and in no small part due to the effect of BioT Medical on Angel Tussey. She has gone in for the procedure. She's got her hormones all, optimized, and boy, I'll tell you what, there's no slowing this Energizer Bunny down.
See where you're at these days. We all go to the doctor on an annual basis. We go to our primary care practitioner or something because we have some symptoms that we're dealing with, and we would like an answer for those. And a lot of times we get our blood work done, and everything comes back in the normal range, and your practitioner tells you that, hey, we're good to go, and next year we get, and if you struggle with symptoms of whether it's lethargy, low energy, brain fog, fatigue, aching joints, aching muscles, the body is not working the way it used to. That is an outcome even though your blood work may be normal and you're in the normal reference range, what we're here to do, if I would said, and clean good, because we're over 35, 40 years old, does not mean that we have to drag our way through life, especially if we own businesses and we have to be giving extreme customer service. We have to be on top of our game. We have to be present in our body. And that's probably the number one thing I can tell you that hormone balance will give you is just an alertness, a presence in your body where you know when you wake up in the morning why you're here on the planet, you feel good, ready to take on the day, and you're excited and motivated naturally, without having to take 5-hour energy shots and monster drugs and all this kind of stuff people are taking in our culture today.
I'll tell you what, Gunther, I went to something recently. I heard somebody say, you know, they were talking about an anti-aging wrinkle cream, and she said, if you're not anti-aging, you're aging. And I think we put a lot of topical products on ourselves to make ourselves look good. You know, when you look at our clothes, you know, they're all about enhancing and making us look and feel better. Well, this is actually taking care of you from the inside out, because when you have your hormones in balance, then you really do feel as good as you think you should at this age. And you know, I'm only 43, but there were signs of aging coming on. Some of that mental fatigue, that fog, and just even my energy levels. I feel like I've been given the party pill of life because I just have so much energy. I'm ready to go. Longer hours. I don't need. In fact, I was saying to Eric the other day, I was like, I don't need a cup of coffee now. I just want it because I like the taste of it, but I don't feel like I need it. And I know, you know, I've only been doing this for about a month, but it has kicked in, and I am just loving it. I didn't even realize how bad I was feeling until now I feel how good I'm feeling. Does that make sense?
It makes absolute sense, and that's a typical response that we get from about 96% of our patients that go to a certified biochar practitioner. You know, our patients look at bank bars, steel, all of the broken glass to get their next round of health. Don't want to go back to feeling the way that they used to feel. And what you're experiencing right now is what we call the steam benefit of biology, hormone balance therapy. But really, what you're doing for the body wants, as you mentioned, anti-aging. Let's say you're 40%, you're not going to be 42. What BioT is all about is aging healthier, living habits you're experiencing starting now. You're routine your body's osteoporosis, osteopenia, type 2 diabetes, heart attack, heart disease, cardiovascular disease, Alzheimer's disease, all these nasty diseases that we see in the culture today. By getting your hormones optimized, you are protecting yourself from the outcome of those things. And that's what we call the unseen benefits of living in optimal hormone balance at BioT.
All right, but then Gunther, we have to tell our audience the difference between bioidentical hormone replacement therapy and synthetic hormone replacement therapy, because what we see on many of the commercials on television and even over the radio is not the same as what we're talking about here with BioT. Can you address that, please?
Absolutely. I mean, the biggest thing in our culture here is we live in a very pharmaceutical culture. So everything that you're being given, to your sometimes synthetic, happens to kill, let's say, right? I mean, you heard me say it before, we don't have an efficiency, we don't have an efficiency. But that's what you get when you go to the traditional medical model, is you get a prescription that is, you know, patented synthetic. What we do at BioT is natural, the exact hormone that your body has been trying to manufacture all of your life, and due to various chemicals in our environment, about 70,000 years ago, our world revolution started. We don't really know the effects of all the chemicals that they're having on the endocrine system and our physiology. So when you optimize your hormones with what the body recognizes as homegrown or homemade, this is not technical. This is not something that big pharmaceutical companies are going to be interested in, because you can't make billions and billions of dollars. And you're never going to see a commercial on TV asking you if pill therapy is right for you. It's not going to happen. So yeah, we make money doing this, but it's not the billions and billions of dollars that big drug companies do. It's synthetic drug. It's absolutely natural. We cannot patent what the body naturally produces. And nice business, homegrown, homemade home.
All right, Gunther, I know our listeners have questions. How do they get in touch with you?
Well, yeah, I love talking to your listeners, and they'll call me with great questions and everything. I can be reached personally at 303-598-1609. Again, that's 303-598-1609. We always have a wealth of information at iotmedical.com. That's D-I-O, the letter T, the letter E, for medical.com, iotmedical.com.
Well, and that's where I found the practitioner to give me the blood test that got this whole thing started. Check him out at biotmedical.com.
That's Gunther Mueller. And folks, we want to make sure that you don't go anywhere, because when we come back, more positive business talk. You're listening to Angel and Eric on the Experience Pros Radio Network. Okay, that was a good exit.
Yeah, she didn't. She sent him an email. Yeah, so what we used to do, so we can't do anything.
What do you get? Because this is not the MP3. The MP3 comes from Charlie. It's going to be delayed and all that. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
That's right, my eyelashes. I'm going to
Check him in. We'll get him back. It just kind of stinks, but he'll get to it. It's fine.
Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you. So far, so good, Charlie.
Banana? I'm not going to respond to that because the ambient noise over here is being recorded.
And Lord is, it's attached. It's my bio.
Nyland's Collision Center is an award-winning body shop that takes great care of you.
Volume.
This matters when your insurance company wants to take shortcuts.
Charlie noticed that or not in the studio, but this commercial is significantly louder than all the others.
Ill-fitting part is available. At Nyland's, it's not leaving. 303-792-19. 303-761-8219. Live mornings at 7 on KLZ 560, The Source. The Experience Pros want to help you get your business right. Have you joined the revolution? Visit meetup.com/therevolution and become a business revolutionary. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros radio show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. We do appreciate you for tuning in today. We're broadcasting live from the Holly Mullins Farmers Insurance Company right here at 14221 East 4th Avenue, Suite 100 in Aurora, Colorado. Come on down, say hello, and if you do, I'll send the first person to Piatti for dinner or lunch. And if you've never had dinner over at Piatti, oh man.
It's quite the treat. Well, I'll tell you what, Eric and I, when we first started with Experience Pros, one of the best investments we made was joining our local Chamber of Commerce, and then we kind of built our brand up with all the resources that the Chamber of Commerce provided, the wealth of information, the wealth of people that we were connected to. But we knew we wanted to expand, and word on the street, the next best chamber to join was the Broomfield Chamber. We have Mike Saunders, the Vice President of the Broomfield Chamber, with us. He's actually in the studio this morning. We're going to talk about the Broomfield Small Business Summit. It is the premier small business growth event to take your business to new heights in 2014. Mike, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Mike, very nice to have you with us. Now, the Broomfield Chamber of Commerce, boy, I'll tell you what, Angel wasn't kidding. We have heard so many great things about it that we had to join ourselves, and we've discovered that you guys are on the cutting edge, providing your small business area members all these great resources. Let's talk about that Broomfield Small Business Summit. When is it, and how do we get involved?
Yeah, the summit is February the 28th. It's an all-day event. It's on Friday the 28th, starting at 7:30 in the morning all the way to 6. So don't let that time frame scare you, because there's just a tremendous amount of shelves and panels. And on the ticket price, you get a breakfast, lunch, and a free ticket to the reception. So probably half the ticket price alone is the treat that you get, but then you just get a
I love that. Now, is this the first time you've done this Small Business Summit, or how long has this event been going on?
Yeah, this is the first one. We're looking at making this an annual event and even building. We started with the planning committee to think of how to make this a multi-day event. So this is our very first weekend at this restaurant. So ticket sales, just sponsors, panelists, people participating in it.
I love it. I love it.
Mike, do me a favor, if you will, please cover some of the workshops and panels that we'll be discussing, things that maybe our listeners might want to jump in and get a ticket for right away.
So, about a year and a half ago, the Chamber of Business Resource Center and the vision and mission of the Executive Resource Center. And we want businesses and community creating things and stuff. So in other words, people recognize what to do, what to go even to get business. So social media, even just the regular. So that's what we do, is we put seminars and workshops and consulting, free business advising for businesses. So last year, seminars and workshops, series on February 28th for the summit. We mix this mountain all day, and we want to not cover just one small event. We looked at some of these events that are around, just specific that we wanted to do is have this variety. So we have two specific panels. One is and what's unique about that is we're going to have representatives of the Office of Economic Development, International Trade, the SBA, and just talking about business governance. The government billions of dollars of products and services each year, and some of them that they buy from small businesses. They surprised me. Literally, I did an interview with executive directors from PTAC, which helps small businesses get into that system. It's really amazing to see what small businesses do. So that government workshop, we're doing a workshop
It's like a full exciting. We do have the event listed on our meetup calendar as well for you, Mike. But I know the best way for people to get tickets and get more information is the Broomfield Summit website. How do they get more information? BroomfieldSmallBusinessSummit.com. Again, BroomfieldSmallBusinessSummit.com. Friday, February 28th. Block out the entire day. They're going to feed you this cocktails.
And the Omni Interlochen is a destination in and of itself. You're going to have a fantastic day. One of the things that you can always count on from the Broomfield Chamber of Commerce is fantastic events covered. All the things you want to learn how to power network, go to this summit. You want to learn how to engage in your marketing, go to this summit. There's just nothing there.
Well, and while you're going to this summit and thinking that this summit is something you need to be a part of, consider becoming a member of the Broomfield Chamber. They do very creative marketing so that you're visible. They're very good to their members. They came very highly recommended to us, and we have not been disappointed at all. Mike, I know we have a little fusion. You are live in the studio while Eric and I are live on location, and I would actually like to invite you back next week. So look at your calendar. I'll have Ariane get in touch with you and to have a redo so we can be in studio with you. What do you say?
All right, folks, very nice to have Mike with us today, and we want to make sure that you know a little more about that Broomfield Small Business Summit, BroomfieldSmallBusinessSummit.com, and all the details about February 28th, 7:30 to 2 p.m. The Omni Resort Lock, and tickets are as low as $59 and include breakfast, lunch, a drink ticket to the cocktail networking reception as well.
Tickets are as low as $79.
Oh, my bad. Please forgive me.
Early pricing. Mike, anything else we need to know before we go?
Just make one last comment, which is Michelle these days of the year. Business
I love it. I love it. Well, Mike, thank you so much for being our guest. We are live broadcast the Holly Mullins Farm Insurance. See if you are anywhere near 6th and 225. Come on down. We're going to do a gift certificate lunch on the road to Piatti's.
Stay tuned. More positive business talk coming up next on the Experience Pros Radio Network. Charlie.
Charlie.
Real bad.
Oh.
Yeah, we don't know what caused it. It
It was all good until Kimberly showed up. Okay, well, I shut down my computer, and I'm going to shut down my, I'm going to put my phone on airplane mode and see if that helps. And see if, okay. Well, I just shut down my computer, so.
Thank you, Charlie.
Charlie. Hi.
Hi.
How are you, gorgeous?
There's a bad wreck everywhere today.
Oh.
Would you mind? I can't see where you were pointing.
I was pointing right over there to the brown thing, but you've got a triple. I've got. I don't know how to help you.
This is
That's okay. I should
work
be able
here.
I actually can make it.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, if you can.
Actually, unplug me, because I'm done. So if you want to move that to, yeah, here you go.
Give me yours.
Want underneath?
Just give me the end.
Oh my goodness, isn't this cute? They got little pink ones. Stupid Safeway, I got my first copy of today, didn't have pink ones. Such slackers when it comes to ordering.
You have the code?
Is your phone not a hotspot? No. Okay. That's part of the issues that
I just turned me off. So that should solve.
Does that say L or 1?
L.
So tomorrow is the chocolate festival. Oh, look at your pigs. It's the chocolate festival. One of the things, every booth is supposed to have chocolate. We've not solved for that yet.
Okay.
So
Any kind of chocolate?
any kind of chocolate. I think that's just kind of their
I can go to Safeway
shtick.
and buy chocolate.
With just a bag of kisses, because we give people 20-cent kisses. Would that work?
That's my calendar. Oh, yeah.
So anyways, that would be fabulous, because I did not get it. And I think that there's going to be an abundance, right?
30 seconds.
So, I am going to do everything, yeah. Who's our guest, Eric? What are we talking about?
Gotcha.
Do we have a guest?
Mention CRE.
Okay. Computer's closed.
Travel.
No.
What is CRE?
The Center for Relationship Education. They're having their fundraising breakfast in the morning. Go to our meetup calendar. And tab. We should have. Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show. We are broadcasting live from the Holly Mullins Farmers Insurance Agency this morning. They are a voting location for our Experience Travel Marketing Campaign. You get to come in and vote and tell Eric where to go, his first vacation in over 12 years. So thrilled that we are here. We've got our whole list of all of the voting locations and the dates. We created a Facebook event, so you can follow us on Experience Pros. Look on the events tab and tell Eric where to go. You'll see all the voting locations. And on Thursday, we will be at All Stitched and Blitzed Out, so make sure you put that on your calendar and come in and join us. You know, Eric, if there was ever a non-profit, a charity organization that totally suited and fit our culture here at what we are trying to do at Experience Pros, creating a revolution in the way people treat people in business, it would be the Center for Relationship Education.
Yeah, oh boy, you're no kidding. Those folks, they get what's going on. They're here to help, and they are reaching out in lots of different ways. There's an annual fundraiser coming up tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.
Right, at the Hyatt in the Denver Tech Center.
Hyatt Regency Denver Tech Center, the Chasm Creek Room.
I love it. I love it. So it's tomorrow morning. They are having their annual fundraiser. And if you recall, if you've been following Frame DR last year,
Right.
he had been giving away a free Peyton Manning jersey and autographed jersey to one lucky charity.
Correct.
Well, the Center for Relationship Education won the January jersey.
Isn't that amazing?
And they are going to be auctioning it off tomorrow.
Oh, well, and if I'll tell you what, there's even more reason to go out and check this out. That guy, Tom Tancredo,
I know, he's speaking.
he is going to speak, and he's talking about, and if you know Tom Tancredo, you know he's a champion for healthy families. He's going to be given his 2 cents worth, if you will, and maybe he'll buy the Peyton Manning jersey.
Why do you think he's going to buy it?
Well, I don't know. He's a rich politician.
Oh.
Could be.
No.
He could be.
It will be up for grabs for anybody
Hear that, Tancredo?
who wants to participate. If you need more information, check out the Center for Relationship Education. Again, it's Center for Relationship Education.org.
That's exactly right.
Absolutely. Janine is, she was our sponsor for our Fan Bride Gala, our charity event sponsor in January. She was the charity sponsor for the Success Unleashed Summit. But again, I'll tell you what, we're talking about building relationships, and it's people, right? People dealing with people. And we don't often come with a textbook, and we're not really great at communication. We're not really great at being authentic, and we tend to take out our feelings on those that are closest to us.
Sure.
And so Center for Relationship Education, they have programs for teens, adolescents, families, the whole bit. And you know, what you do at home transfers into your work environment. And so as a professional setting, if you can help your employees, if you can help your team just improve their personal relationships, think about that would do with their professional relationships, because who we are at work is really a continuation of who we are at home. So proud. If you want to get involved, check out the Center for Relationship Education and join their fundraiser breakfast going on tomorrow morning at the Hyatt Regency Tech Center.
You know, let's just give a little shout out here to Holly Mullins Farmers Insurance. This is where we're broadcasting live here at 14221 East 4th Avenue, Suite 100. Just come on down, say hello, and if you do, we're going to send you to Piatti. But I got to tell you, what a great operation Holly's got here. She is interacting with her clients. We see them coming and going and waving and saying hello. Her staff is amazing. Everybody is smiling.
You know, I think that surprised me a little bit. I wasn't sure there would be a lot of activity going on. You know, it's an insurance.
Right. Well,
I'm trying to think of the last time I stepped foot. I usually do all of my interaction with my insurance agent over the phone.
Right.
So the fact there's so many people coming and going today, it is a beehive of activity. And Holly takes incredible care of her clients, making sure that she helps you not to be underinsured. Underinsured, I think, is a phenomenon that is going on that most consumers don't even realize. You're paying the minimums, you've got your budget, you've spent 15 minutes, you've saved 15% or more, but you don't realize how underinsured you really can be and how much you're at risk. And I think this is the scary news is when something bad happens.
Right.
That's when we find out. Like, wait a minute, I've been paying my premiums
all my life.
all this time. I thought I was covered. I thought because I was paying my premiums that I was good. And it's not until something bad happens that you realize the loopholes. And working with, when you've got a relationship with your insurance agent, you can ask those questions, and it's not just trying to remember and fill out the blanks on the internet. She can actually have that conversation with you.
And I think one of the things that I love so much about Holly Mullins is she wants that relationship with you. She's so good at building the relationship, and if you don't have that with your insurance broker, let's give her a call, 303-366-7101, 303-366-7101. I'm on the website, which is farmersagent.com/H Mullins, H-M-U-L-L-I-N-S, and I'll tell you, there's answers to questions I didn't even realize that I had until I looked at them.
Give me an example.
Well, what if I let somebody else drive my vehicle and they get into an accident? Am I covered?
Am I?
Well, yeah.
If you drive my car, am I covered? And you get into an accident, am I covered?
Generally speaking, insurance goes with the vehicle. For example, if you have an accident while driving someone else's vehicle,
So it's
the
my
owner's
insurance
insurance would first be applied to the damage of the vehicle, and then your auto insurance also generally applies over that.
Yeah, I remember somebody I know, their friendship was really tested over that. A friend borrowed the car and wrecked the car, and of course, the car owner's insurance had to take the ding on that, which means her premiums were impacted. It was her insurance that had to cover it, not the driver. And a friendship was actually severed over that, which was really sad.
It doesn't have to be. How about this? Do you need as much liability coverage on your motorcycle as you do on your automobile?
I would need more.
Well, it says yes, even though you're on a motorcycle, there can still be significant bodily injuries.
Significant bodily injury, you
right?
think?
Or
You're on a
damages.
motorcycle.
So yes, you need that much liability coverage on your motorcycle as well. All this information is available at Holly Mullin's website.
Yeah, isn't that one of the things you get a motorcycle because you think, oh, it's less insurance, right? Because you're only covering the motorcycle. What about that bodily injury?
Yeah, I can't even imagine how you get to motorcycle and less insurance.
Well, you know, you're not covering a $40,000 vehicle. You're covering, I don't know how much your motorcycle is.
40 grand.
Are they?
Oh yeah.
It's been a while since
yeah.
I've shopped for a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Although I do want to get you a Vespa. I think Eric would be
Scooter me
so
around.
funny tooling around on a Vespa. My son listens to stand-up comedy, and Bill Engvall does a skit about his wife bought him this little scooter.
I don't think I like where this is going.
And she brought him, and he bought this motorcycle jacket with fringe. And he says as he's driving down the road, just
you can't even see the fringe move.
He has to like hold his arm up and wave the
man.
fringe to get it to move. And so he's over here on this side waving this fringe, and then got to lift up the other arm and wave the other fringe. And he was too embarrassed to go and take the motorcycle class because there was all the motorcycles and him and his little scooter.
Right.
And his wife's like, well, you've got to have the right license. And he's like, who's going to pull me over? They're going to be laughing at the goober on the scooter.
Yeah, and why did you say you wanted me to do this?
I just think it would be so much fun to have a little scooter.
Oh, man.
You toot around on your little scooter.
I am 6 foot forever. I am 200 plus forever.
We could put some
And-
antennas on you and wrap it as the Experience Pros radio show, wrap your helmet.
And-
You do have to wear a helmet, right?
Antennas?
Yeah, little Martian antennas.
No.
Well, you know, because it is the AM dial. You know, you need a little extra
No.
amping up.
I don't think that we should do that at all.
All right. What do you want to drive?
Oh, if I had my choice of anything?
That is the question I'm
You know, gosh, I've got a friend who's got one of those new Camaros.
I don't know what
That car has lines like a fine woman.
Lines like a fine woman.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Lines like a fine woman.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Back me up on this,
Let me
guys.
guess. So she's curvy.
Oh, where
Is
the
she
curves
curvy?
are necessary,
She's
you
curvy?
betcha.
No. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my car was
Powerful.
what was that, a Lincoln Town Car, and it would come with a driver.
Okay. What's the driver?
Kimberly said that too.
What's the driver's name? It's James, isn't it?
No, James is the Cabana boy. You
Oh.
keep thinking that James is my driver. No, James would be my Cabana boy.
Well, we're going to get to the bottom of all this, perhaps in the intro of the next hour, but we do have to sign off for a quick station ID. On behalf of Charlie, our producer, and Angel and myself, and all the people that make this happen, including the Holly Mullins Farmers Insurance Agency, we say thank you. Thank you for listening to the show, for sharing the show, and you could do something crazy like we do every day. Give somebody a 20-second kiss, because that stands for kindness. Is so simple. We'll be back after this.
This is the radio show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Labor. Mention you can contact Experience Pros by calling
Can you hear it, Kimberly? Can you hear it? Oh, that's good.
746 or visit them on the web at experiencepros.com.
Cool.
It's getting there.
So, what do you think about wearing this for Thursday? Too girly?
Underwear?
He'd scoot around on a Vespa if I asked
I
him
would
to.
scoot around on a Vespa.
It's
Charlie.
mine, but
How is Mike?
I didn't think you wanted to wear a sparkly shirt.
That just stinks. Well, we're going to get him in next week.
Awkward.
I know. It was just, yeah. He didn't get the information from us, so we'll fix it. Thank you for being there. Yeah. Thank you.
And there are some cells that can help save lives.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Charlie.
Bottom ones.
Use the unique sound and vibration.
We really didn't do anything. Angel closed her computer, but Kimberly opened hers, and I don't know why, but
it can handle 2, not 3.
I would advise that you keep other competing products away from physically away.
everything is physically away.
Yeah, do we have time for Holly in this segment? When? Because we should tell her.
Yeah. Can you ask Holly if she has time to?
No, in the calendar. When?
Oh, I thought you said in this next segment. Last segment, 11:48.
11:48. She has to leave at noon.
Or we could do it now.
In the year 1791, Americans were guaranteed individual freedoms. Today, those freedoms are disappearing. The government lists state laws as injury. That's why we created.
Yeah, today is like take America back, or just say no, or it's like something about our Fourth Amendment is at risk today.
Start sharing the spirit of America for the record. Establishing truth in the media and setting a news.
That's cute. That's cute.
Restoring truth in the media and setting the record. Returning to the days.
Like you do a lot.
Radio news on KLZ 560 The Source.
This is so fascinating.
Well, here we go.
It lost.
Volume is dropped. Hello and welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Very nice to have you along with us today. We're broadcasting live from the Holly Mullins Farmers Insurance Agency at 14221 East 4th Avenue, Suite 100 in Aurora, Colorado.
We kicked off our travel or experience travel marketing campaign a couple of weeks ago with a live broadcast from Highlands Ranch Travel. We're sending Eric on his first vacation in over 12 years. Our listeners get to vote on where Eric's going to go on vacation. And part of our PR Maven's plan and wish for us, Kimberly Orr, she says, I wish you guys would do more live broadcasts.
Well, boy, howdy, you're going to get your wish over and over and over again, Kimberly, because we are doing live broadcasts almost 2 a week for the next several months.
Right. And so this week, today, of course, we are at the Holly Mullins Farmers Insurance Agency over off of 6th and 225. We would love for you to stop by, and of course we always have prizes for those guests that come and visit us. And then on Thursday we will be at All Stitched and Glitzed Out, and I got a prize already for that today.
So did I, but I like yours. Yours is very nice.
Yeah, so we got some fun glittery stuff. I'm going to hold it up if you're watching on the YouTube studio cam. I've got a fun pink t-shirt with a bright pink heart and it says love on it, and there's a fascinating process. We're going to learn all about this fun glittery glitzed out process, and then you should see the hat that Eric will be wearing on Thursday. It's got a red, it's gray, which is good color for you.
Absolutely.
Brings out your eyes.
Yes.
It's got an adorable little red heart on it too.
You know, and They had to ask me, is it a little too girly? And I'm like, are you kidding me? This should attract everything I'm looking for in
It's
life.
like the next best thing to having a puppy with you, right?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm really surprised, Eric. You don't have a puppy.
I don't.
It is, since you are all into the picking up chicks thing and attracting the ladies, I've heard.
It's a phrase I've never actually used. Picking up chicks. I don't. Ladies, I don't refer to you as chicks. I'm just saying.
All right, that was my phrase. So if you heard me say that, let me not transfer that over to Eric.
So
Eric
don't send me to the Blue Ridge Mountains
flirting.
chicken farm.
Eric is just a massive flirt with people he's not met yet. But I've heard, Eric, and maybe you've heard this too.
Yes.
Is that a puppy is a way to attract females, women, ladies, lovely ladies.
Really?
To you. Yeah, you take that little puppy because it needs to go for walks, and somebody sees you with your cute little puppy, and they come up and they're just like, oh, and then you can strike up a conversation if you are at all entertaining.
Well, I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe what?
Maybe I should get a dog. I don't know. Sometimes dogs. Well, how do you think the little Scottish dog felt when he saw a monster?
Don't know.
Terrified.
Are you the monster, or is the woman coming to visit you the monster?
He felt terrified.
You're gonna get a little terrier puppy?
What do you call a dog magician?
Is there such a thing?
A labracadabrador.
I'm thinking of fun names for your puppy are coming already.
No.
Mm-hmm.
And, and then what do you call it when we had the Westminster Dog Show on yesterday, right? What do you call when a cat wins the dog show?
The wrong contest?
A cat has trophy. Catastrophe.
Yeah, catastrophe. Yeah.
This is why I don't have pets.
You should get a cat.
No. I love cats as long as they're over there. Folks, we have a fantastic rest of the hour for you. Please don't go anywhere. Angel and I are broadcasting live from Holly Mullin's Farmers Insurance at 14221 East 4th Avenue, Suite 100. Come on down. There's dinner at Piatti's if you come down and say hello to Angel and I, and we'd love to see you. Folks, we'll be right back after these messages. That was remarkably fast of me doing my puppy joke research.
That was
awesome, Eric.
He's like, look at me. Like, on the fly.
He's like, shiny object.
I have the internet.
What do you call a frozen dog?
I don't know.
A popsicle.
A popsicle.
Thank you.
You're going to have to intro.
So what are we doing this time?
Scott Merritt, Protect Identity.
Not sexy. I was looking at my computer, not recording this one.
And if you don't see your favorites on the list, let us know. We'll check them out, and if your customers are saying great things about them, they could be a great fit for you.
There he is.
Online at experiencehomes.com.
Did you see Dr. Weisbart this morning? Did you give her her name tag?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Of course. Good. Gumdrops. I can't believe I had it in my purse when I saw her. And it just wasn't what I was thinking of. So, yeah, the only thing I think we're missing for the Blues Festival tomorrow is the chocolate.
Okay.
But we'll have interview request forms. We'll have a voting box for you,
Okay.
a banner, and then I also have some Winnapalooza flyers you can hand out.
Question that came up this morning. The trip to Aspen, is there an expiration date? Or is there a time it has to be taken?
I think ideally it's taken this summer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I
People ask me that. Well, is there just 1 week I can use it, or can I use it at any time? And I thought, I don't know the answer to that.
I don't know the answer to that either. But I think they're anticipating it's over the summer.
So this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Park Meadows Pilates has got an hour of.
I don't know if you can see that, but if you want to pull your microphone out and scooch over, you can share with me.
Then I'll introduce them. I can see your computer.
So the introduction, 110 million consumers
Don't read
affected.
it.
1 minute.
Experience pros lead you to the best offers as you're looking for industry experts insurance for your audience. If you're an expert with great customer service and directly with the Experience Pros radio show, click on the radio interview request at experiencepros.com. We've got our audience level
13.
radio interview and start spreading the news and you're on the radio. Brings us live on KLZ 560, The Source.
This is Dave. The Experience Pros radio show is changing the way people treat people in business. Listen to Eric and Angel, morning to 10. The Dave Ramsey Show, KLZ 560, The Source.
Experience Pros want to help you get your business right. Have you joined the revolution? Visit meetup.com/therevolution and become a business revolutionary. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros radio show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. We do appreciate you for joining us here. We are broadcasting live from Holly Mullin's Insurance Agency. Listen, if you need to love your insurance agent, and I suspect you do, you need to know Holly Mullins.
I love that she invited us in. She is a voting location. You can come and vote for where you think Eric should go on his vacation that we're going to send him to in April. Now, let's talk a little bit about identity theft. We've all heard it, and we know millions and millions have been impacted, especially lately. 110 million consumers were affected by the hack involving Target and the Neiman Marcus retailers. And here's the thing. It's going to happen, very likely, to one of us, and we're really surprised when we get a weird charge on our credit card, and we are not at all prepared. Well, our next guest is Scott Merritt, the CEO of Merritt and Associates, and unfortunately, he became an expert because it happened to him.
Oh.
Scott, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Thank you for having me.
Scott, very nice to have you. Wow, we're sorry to hear about your situation. Can you shed a little light on what happened and why you've taken up the gauntlet to help others?
Back in 2006, a bank process I did business with broken into, and when that happened, they accessed not only my personal information but all of my corporation's information, and I spent the next several years trying to get my life back.
You know, and we hear that there are hours and hours of time being spent, time and dollars. Your life is kind of lost. You're totally consumed with the idea of getting your identity back, and yet you learned, so you became the expert, and you kind of learned there were some obvious things that many of us could do to prevent this in the first place.
Absolutely. What I did is I learned that, the technique to not only prevent it from happening, but for you to recognize when it is happening, take quick action.
All right, so let's talk about that. If people are thinking maybe their information was compromised, either Target, Neiman Marcus, or anywhere else, what are some of the very first things that they should do?
If they're using their debit card, either their checking account, number one thing they should do is stop doing that. They need to use a national bank or credit card. The credit card type your checking account.
Okay, so when the option comes in, debit or credit, why would we choose debit? I mean, we all are hearing we should always press credit. It's more protected. So why are people still pressing debit?
What I mean is you don't want to use the card to tie your checking account. You want to actually use a traditional credit card, not one tied to your checking account.
Okay, so there's more protection on the side of a nationally recognized credit card than even the bank can do for us on our debit cards?
Absolutely. The bank may waive some of the fees if it happens once or twice. If it keeps happening repeatedly, eventually they'll stick with the
how that really started.
Oh. See,
Yikes.
I mean, we're all listening to this going, okay, well, we're cash. You know, we're trying to follow, you know, some of the Dave Ramsey principles and use our debit card instead of a credit card. And so what happens if, you know, we had something recently. It seemed like a bunch of people were using their credit card numbers were being used as if they were being swiped, and yet they still physically had their credit card in their own wallet. Have you heard of that?
Absolutely, and it cost money. That also happened to me during the process because what they did when my information was stolen, they went and had a new card sent to them, and then basically did exactly what you were saying, used it over the internet or used it in a retail store. What you do, the very first thing you need to do if you recognize a fraudulent transaction is dispute it with the credit card company. If you do that within 30 days of the event, you cannot be held liable for any more than $50 maximum on the transaction.
All right, so Scott, it seems like the credit card companies are really on top of this these days. I feel like I'm constantly getting a notice or something from my credit card. I know a lot of my friends and people around us are getting a notice from their credit card company saying, we think there's been fraudulent activity, and closing down the credit card or sending them a new one, which almost feels like a nuisance. You know, it's kind of our first world problem, right? Our credit card is you know, possibly been jeopardized. They're going to send us a new one. And so when we think about them, like, aren't they watching out for us?
And they are, and a lot of your national banks are more able to do that. But where you typically run into problems are if you use the local community bank and provide you a national credit card, they don't have the resources to take on that big brother role that your national card gives.
All right, so let me ask another question, because you talk about the importance of having our autograph, our names written the same way, including middle initial and all of that on every account that we have. What's the big deal? I mean, if I've got scribbly handwriting, does it matter?
Well, it's not so much your signature, but it's the variation of your name. What I mean by that is you want the name the way it appears on your Social Security card, and the way it appears on your driver's license, the same way it appears on all of your bank statements. What that does is prevents fraud, because someone uses a different variation of the name, it stands out as fraud right away.
Oh, and see, I didn't really think anybody was really checking all that, you know, that
There you
closely.
go.
And so I think this is a way to go back and prove very easily that that wasn't you. Now, Scott, you said you spent a couple of years getting this identity theft issue resolved. We're talking with Scott Merritt, the CEO of Merritt and Associates. Now, does it really take 2 years, or can we expedite that?
I got hit really bad with some personal information. I think that's several cases things
Oh.
but one of the reasons why it took me so long is there is a process to go through early on. And you make a mistake, you have to start the entire process over. Well, my book does walk you through that process, so you don't have to go through trial and error.
All right, well, let's talk about that book, and where can we get a copy?
Well, you can go to scottymerritt.com and get a copy. There's also a free quiz on the website that you can take, and it will actually walk through and help kind of see where you are personally with your credit.
All right, and the book's title is Identity Theft, Do's and Don'ts, Scott A. Merritt. And did you say scottamerritt.com? Fantastic. Scott, I wish we had more time to chat with you. This is obviously a very relevant, very important topic. Perhaps we can have you back sometime. Would that be all right?
Absolutely. And like I said, I just encourage everyone to go to the website. I do put regular articles and tutorials for people free of charge on the website.
Love it. I'm sorry for your experience, but we're grateful for your help so that hopefully we can prevent some of this in our listeners' experience. scottamerritt.com. That's Scott A. Merritt, MERRITT.com. When we return, your health tips and business tips coming up next on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
Did you do this? Did you do this?
I talked to him yesterday about it. I'm almost there.
Okay, thank you. So this is mine. Thank you. This one is mine. No, I'm like, why can't I drink my coffee? No.
Because it's not yours.
Mm.
And you would spit it
I would.
all over this.
Mm.
I'm better now. You just needed me to get there.
I did.
We do.
Always.
Always. 30 women at Camp Connections.
Yeah?
Is that good?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very nice.
The Clarity Center, where our leads group is there tomorrow morning.
Network is your network.
Yeah.
Excuse
Excuse me.
Right, you make extreme relationship management. It's transforming the way people network. It's way more fun than drive-by networking. It doesn't waste your time and business.
Excuse me.
Check out extremerelationshipmanagement.com for their next event.
You know,
Extremerelationshipmanagement.com.
I wonder if it has anything to do with the number of windows I have open, because they're all drawing from the internet.
Sure.
Should probably keep this one open.
No, I'm not doing it anymore.
Thank you, Charlie.
Do you want me to tell you when Walt was there? Because I'll hear myself coming back over the system.
Oh, maybe do that.
We will assume Walt is there unless he is not.
I will break in and tell you if he doesn't.
That would be perfect.
Thank you, Charlie.
Inside the area, double checking our Thursday guests.
Can you imagine what our idea?
Yeah.
Yes.
When you're saying hello to people, if you're comfortable with the concept, you can avoid one like situation like this saying, oh, I'm going right here.
There's a lot of lessons here in one one remote. Tell that one?
Go ahead.
No.
Oh. You do have a filter.
I have standards.
All you have to do is tell Eric where to go. That's right. Still promoting for where you have sent Eric on his first vacation in 12 years. You're entered to win a getaway of your own. It's free, and you can go online with it every day on the Mountain Ranch Travel Facebook page, right there on the Experience tab.
30.
16 other locations around town where you can get extra votes each and every day. There's no downside. Win a weekend getaway. Just by telling Eric where to go.
10 seconds.
Experience Pros want to help you get your business right and enjoy the revolution. Visit meetup.com/therevolution and become a business revolutionary. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. We're so glad that you have taken time out of your day to join us for ours. It is time for our medical tip for with Dr. Lee Weisbart. And I got to tell you, Dr. Lee, I went, and Angel, I'm talking to you as well. I went to Dr. Lee last week, and she took care of me the way that she always does. But you know what? She went the extra mile. I've had a tooth that broke, a little crown that broke, and it was jagged, it was sharp, and it's been that way for a very long time. Dr. Lee came in and shaved it down for me. Dr. Lee, I cannot tell you how much my mouth is happy because of you.
Great. I'm really happy to hear that, Eric. And I wouldn't want you to walk around with a sharp edge hiding your tongue or make you uncomfortable.
Which, isn't that funny, Dr. Weisbart, that we all kind of walk around, though, with some of these angst and irritations in our mouth. Our teeth aren't right. Maybe we're not biting right. Maybe there's something kind of out of sorts, and we do tend to walk around, and yet it's so simple to go in and see a dentist and point that out, and most of the time you can fix it in the same visit, right?
That's true, Angel.
I love it. I love it. What's our health tip for this week, Dr. Weisbard?
Week is that Valentine. And whether you have a Valentine or not, a lot of us have a sweet tooth and really look forward to those delicious chocolates Valentine's Day.
I know it's like excuse to eat chocolate day.
It is, but you know what? I'm going to tell your listeners about a healthy way to eat chocolate.
Ooh, I can't wait.
That sounds good to me.
Now, okay, so I want to talk about dark chocolate. And there are 6 reasons that dark chocolate is really good for your health. Number 1, dark chocolate helps improve blood flow, lowers blood pressure, helps prevent blood clots, and can help prevent stroke. So it's good for your heart and it's really good for your brain.
Dark chocolate, but not milk chocolate?
Right, not milk chocolate. The key is really the higher the fructose content, the better it is for you. So it's got to be dark, and the darker chocolate the better. So it's lower in sugar, higher in all these wonderful things that help your health. As I said, good for your heart, good for your brain. Dark chocolate controls blood sugar. It produces, it causes a low glycemic index. That means it helps reduce spikes in blood sugar. We've all heard of how dark chocolate is full of antioxidants. Antioxidants help repair damage to help repair free radicals and that have oxidative damage to cells. And it slows down the signs of aging.
Wow. All right. So how much dark chocolate should we be eating?
You're just giving her a license.
I'm giving her a license. So, Eric, hint, hint. Let's say there's 2 more reasons to eat dark chocolate. Next one, high in vitamins, minerals, potassium, copper, magnesium, iron, zinc, all the things that we actually need in low numbers in our body. And number 1 reason to eat dark chocolate. Dark chocolate contains theobromine, which has been shown to harden tooth enamel. That means that dark chocolate, unlike all other sweets, can actually lower your risk of getting cavities. So, Angel, eat your heart's content.
You know, Dr. Weisbard, every time you come up with something so fun every week with these health tips. And I think, though, this one is my absolute favorite. We've all been hearing about the advantages of dark chocolate. And when you know your doctor's giving them to you, you know it's got to be good stuff.
I guess. Dr. Lee, give some contact information if you would, please.
Absolutely. I can be reached at 303-773-3373. People can look me up online on weisbarddental.com. They can look me up on Facebook. We give helpful hints and tips. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. We love interaction. We love your comments and suggestions. We would love to hear from your listeners. As always, consultations are at no charge. We would love to hear from your listeners in the office.
Well, I'll tell you what, our listeners are smiling bigger today thanks to you, Dr. Weisbard, and your tip today. So if you're smiling bigger, you've just got a little something that's just not right in your mouth. I mean, your tongue's going to go right there right now. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's right.
Call Dr. Weisbard at 303-773-3373. You can find her online at Weisbard Dental, WEISBARD dental.com. You can see the beautiful pictures. It's a lovely, lovely office. You owe it to yourself to have that treat. And like Eric's been walking around with a pain in his tooth all this time, and he didn't have to.
Right, yeah, it has been fantastic. Weisbard Dental. Go ahead, Dr. Lee.
One more thing I didn't tell you is that it also releases endorphins, and it just makes you happy.
Well, Eric, you need more chocolate.
Apparently I do. I'll see if I can go get some so that I can take care of my teeth the way that my doctor has recommended. Weisbard Dental is my dental practice of choice, and I encourage you to make it yours as well. Now let's turn our attention to our good friend Walt Wilson, who I'll tell you what, I'll bet you that guy is sitting there going, okay, got to go get some chocolate, got to go make some dark chocolate, got to go take care of that, and he's got Private Pension by Design. Walt, welcome to the show.
Don't you love that tip, Walt, from Dr. Weisbard? All right, so Walt, should we be investing in chocolate now?
Absolutely. Well, what's our business tip from Private Pension by Design today?
Our listeners, especially small businesses that might be in a partnership or a key person in their business, this is trying to do this was brought to my mind this past week and a half when one of my wife's mother passed away unexpectedly. She was the owner of a small business, a partner, and they had a great brother. And I'm not sure that that person, they had key person insurance or life insurance. I used to have life insurance as long as it well, we used the bank, which is public profit. But this business is going to be devastated if they didn't have key person or life insurance to pay the bills, keep the business running, and take and replace this person in charge of all the production of this business. And the other part is in charge of all the administration. So who's going to do all the production now? Who's going to take care of that? Who's going to be able to handle all that and continue to operate? These are the questions, especially in a small business that who's going to pay for the family, the partnerships, and how they're going to buy out the family members or pay the family members their share of the business. These are key things to look at when you own a small business.
These are key things to look at when you own a small business, and I think that that's one of the benefits of working with you, Walt, is you ask us these questions. You have us think about some of these things that we're not necessarily thinking about because we have our nose to the grindstone. We're getting our stuff done today, and you know we tend to put this off until we absolutely have to. If somebody's on the fence today, how do they get in touch with you?
They just call me at 303-798. Or they can contact me at my email address at info@privatepensiondesign.com. Happy to sit down and do a consultation with them and their business partners. Just what is the question? All we care about, I don't care about selling you a product at the time. I want you to think about ramifications of using a key person in your business and how that affects your family.
You know, Walt, that's one of the reasons that we love having you on the show every week, because you do really care about getting the information to the right people at the right time and helping them out. We hear it all the time about people who engage with you. You really are great for the show. Give your phone number one more time, please.
303-798.
That's Walt Wilson with Private Pension by Design, privatepensiondesign.com, or his blog, Private Pension by Design. We appreciate him as well. Folks, we are broadcasting live from the Holly Mullins Farmers Insurance location, 14221 East 4th Avenue, Suite 100 in Aurora, Colorado. If you're anywhere near Children's Hospital or hanging out up here on your way to the airport, why not stop by and say hello? There might even be dinner for you at Piatti's. We'd love to send you to the restaurant downtown Denver. You're going to love that as well. When we return, more positive business talk. You're listening to Angel and Eric on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
Isn't it in Cherry Creek?
It is Cherry Creek. Sorry.
Nyland's Collision Center is an award-winning body shop that takes great care of you and your car. This matters when your insurance company wants to take shortcuts. Nyland's Collision Center only uses manufactured parts. This matters when a cheap, ill-fitting part is available. At Nyland's, it matters. It's not perfect. It's
Yeah,
not
I don't know what causes the
761-9219.
occasional dip.
761-9219.
It's one of the reasons that I would like to carry the hardwired version too. You know, the board that has, instead of the Wi-Fi, you can just patch it directly into the hardwire.
Do we have it? Do we have?
She does.
Yeah.
Amanda does. But she wouldn't let me take it without keys.
Oh, that's the key part.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Your treasures and your art collection means something to you. New Jersey Woven and Silver Collection is providing you tons of cracking resin souvenirs to you during the free streaming to the experts.
Find the backup
matters to you matters to Frank Gamers. And treasures of $5. Frank Gamers at 303-722-1525. 303-722-1525. Just
Because you can't make a fist. That's funny.
Stop calling around looking for the best rates. ALMC Mortgage matches you with the right mortgage for your needs at the time. Now's the right time to finance. Call ALMC Mortgage today. 303-696-6933. 303-696-6933. Check out today's current rates and questions you should ask about your mortgage at almcmortgage.com. almcmortgage.com.
Pardon me? Yeah. No. Yeah,
Yeah, just be
know
aware that everything you're
this is
saying.
what's going on our you today. Or forever.
Forever and ever.
Yeah.
So, the name of the items.
Okay.
1 minute with Maxine, thank you.
Oh, okay. Okay, good to know.
Leaders, listen up. You want to get the very best from your people. See it thrive in health, personnel challenges, confidence,
Okay. Oh, thank you.
Third.
because you make this choice thrive. Today, 303-912-807. 3-7-2807. Sign up for upcoming workshops at Thrive.
Ten.
Everybody, it's me. It's joining me now. Show LZ, buddy. It's radio show. Small business is big business, and it's not. Now, back to there. Experience Pro.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. We're live from Holly Mullins Farmers Insurance, 14221 East 4th Avenue, 100 in Aurora. Tell you what, did you know that if your RV breaks down, you may not have towing insurance?
Wait a minute.
Yes.
My RV is broken down. I don't get to tow it?
You get to tow it, but you may or may not be covered, and so that's why you need Holly Mullins to tell you whether or not you're covered. The number to call, 303-366-7101.
Well, all right. We are broadcasting live from the Holly Mullins Farmers Insurance Agency to promote our voting, our Experience Travel marketing campaign. And, I think what's top of mind, though, this week isn't so much about where to send Eric where to go, but really about this fantastic Eat Chocolate, Share the Love holiday that's coming at the end of the week.
Hubba.
All right, well, we have Maxine Katz-Alcott, the owner of A Bloom, the most beautiful florist shop in Colorado. She's located in the beautiful Highland Ranch Town Center, and right now I imagine she is knee-deep in roses. Maxine, what's up?
Good morning, Angel and Eric. Thanks for having me this morning.
Maxine, it's so nice to have you, and we're grateful for your time. I know this is a very, very busy season for you. Are you working on all these love things that goes on with the flowers and all that doohickey stuff? I'm single. I don't really understand this whole thing.
Please do, Maxine.
No. Bad idea. Oh.
Ooh.
Maxine, I think you are genius.
I think we should get, I'll donate the flowers, and you can get other people that are part of your network to, how much to do the dinner, and maybe how much to put on service. I think we can't raise some money for a great, one of your great charities, we like to support. And I think we're looking at all
if a Bloom is providing the flowers and someone else is going to provide a limo, we're not only elevating the whole thing, we're elevating the entire experience for Eric too. I'm in.
Yeah, I don't think Eric's ever had a date like that.
Yeehaw!
All right, so yep, we will be in touch with you, Maxine. I love the way that you are thinking. The Chris's are you needing ends over there at a Bloom?
I'm sorry, I have a bad connection. I didn't hear your question, but I can start telling you about what we're doing here for Valentine's Day. Because Valentine's Day is on Friday this year, we're encouraging people to start sending flowers now. And we actually sent out a number of arrangements yesterday for those people that want their Valentine to not only be the first in the office, but the first girlfriend, or the first boyfriend to receive flowers. But if you have to be going away for the long holiday weekend, then you can still do the flowers in the early part of the week, enjoy them all week, and then have a fabulous weekend itself. So we're knee-deep in roses and tulips, lilies. We have a number of spring flowers, iris daffodils. We've got lots of tropical flowers arriving from Hawaii, tortillas and Syria, birds in paradise. We have roses and spray roses that are all premium Ecuadorian roses that are coming in every day this week. So we are ready for you.
I love it. Give your contact information for people to call and stop in or order their flowers.
We are at 9325 Dorchester Street in Suite 122. That's in Highlands Ranch, the Highlands Ranch Town Center. Our phone number is 303-470-1700. We have 4 lines here ready today. You can be one of those calls. We'll be happy to take care of you.
Now, Maxine, do you folks deliver? If I can't seem to get across town, can you help us?
Absolutely. We deliver throughout Central Denver, and we have a number, even if we need something up north, we have some colleagues up north that we transfer orders back and forth from that we do work with very similar people that we trust and deliver our work. That's just really for way up north. We handle, right along from Denver through all of Douglas County, south through Douglas County. So we cover a very large range. And one thing I'd like to talk about is how important it is for you to work with a professional florist versus a grocery store, primarily because we're a trained professional and we buy the highest quality product, not the least expensive product. It's also important to support local bricks and mortars as opposed to going online and ordering from any of the online companies, because you're a pro, your local economy. You need to know that independent local merchants return 68% of our sales revenue to the community. Big boxes and commission fees return 13 to 43%. And when you go out of town to a website, zero, no sales revenue is returned to our community. And I think that's just a very, very important fact for the community to know.
You bet it is. Thank you so much for that education too, because I think so often when our listeners are considering where to buy their flowers from, they might be at that grocery store and think, well, I'll just pick them up while I'm here, and don't realize the impact that they're having on the community by making that decision. Plus the flowers that you get from a Bloom, they last. They are long lasting. They are beautiful, very unique. They're handcrafted. I love that you put in each arrangement will tell you the name of the person that designed that flower arrangement for you.
I can tell the Bloom flower arrangements from everybody else from a distance.
Yeah, from a distance you can tell an Bloom arrangement. It just stands out in its design so beautifully. The Highlands Ranch Town Center, check them out, 9325 Dorchester Street. Give them a call at 303-470-1700, 303-470-1700. Get your flowers today. You don't have to wait until Friday. Maxie, what else do we need to tell our listeners today?
The other item that I want to mention is that if you're looking for chocolates to go out with your flowers, we also have a local company that we represent called Trustees, which is a marriage between the American brownie and the European truffle. A number of sizes of boxes, from 4 to 24 pieces in a box. We can easily deliver those or attach them to your order. And also in our gallery, we have a number of handcrafted gift items that we can attach to or deliver with or attach to your flowers. We also have some beautiful handmade vases we can put your flower arrangement in. So long after the flowers are gone, they still have a gorgeous gift to remember you by.
Well, you convinced me, folks. Get on down to the Highlands Ranch Town Center and visit a Bloom. 303-470-1700. Again, 340-1700. They tell me that Valentine's is coming up this Friday. You should start calling that number now. Folks, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we've got more positive business talk, and we're going to talk a little bit to Holly Mullins from Farmers Insurance next on the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Did you swallow wrong or did you?
Came up a tickle.
Yeah. Do you want any water?
I would love a glass of water.
Yeah, he's
please.
dying.
Yeah.
I'm good, thank you.
I briefly ran into a purple ginger.
Hello, my dear.
Sorry, they're small.
Oh, no, that's perfect. Thank you so much.
Let me know. Thank you.
I started dying with a coughing attack right in the middle of the last segment, and there's no place to go. I can't get out.
I'm sorry.
It's not you. It's all my.
We still have about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So.
No worries. How's it going?
Very
Good,
good. Good. Thanks for hosting us.
Of course.
Love that. Yeah.
Are your agents encouraging people to vote?
Yeah, we actually have 2 agents in this office. That's why it's a little crazy. And normally I'm by myself, but he's a brand new agent. I kind of wanted an office partner while I was moving.
Of course, sure.
Yeah.
So that's kind of. And I just told him before he left. I was like, hey, music will come out too. So.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. Then they have the chance to
Yeah.
sure to ask them.
Yeah, and the girls were like, we can enter too, right?
Absolutely, once a day.
They'll be entering too. So
Okay,
it'll be
perfect.
good. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, this is our last segment. It'll be about 8 minutes long.
We've been kind of going through your
FAQs.
frequently asked questions,
Oh, okay.
and just kind of bring it back from commercial break. Some of those things, just to kind of plant some seeds in people. You know, I think we talked about. I don't remember what we talked about. Motorcycles.
Oh, we did. We talked about
RVs.
RVs, motorcycles, and auto insurance if somebody else is driving on your car. So.
I'm giving your phone number.
All right.
Mhm.
So.
Cool.
Yeah, and so we can talk about your agency, about the family. It's your moment to shine.
Yeah. Working with families and business owners and stuff.
How long have you been with Farmers? 1 minute.
It'll be 6 years in July, so about 5 years.
Sweet.
Alrighty. Alright, what are you looking for? A new business? Do you want people to show up, call you?
Yeah, I'll probably just call. It's probably the first step is the easiest.
Okay. Do you work with switching people or brand new? Like,
So,
yeah. Okay.
all the above.
30 seconds.
Okay.
All the above. New business owners, too.
All right.
They're in it too.
Let's talk about the business side of things. Your FAQs have, do I need to cover my building if I rent?
If they're making improvements, yeah.
Do you want to talk like, was it, you know, insurance or don't we have to have like a writer, like this $1 million writer kind of thing?
Here we go. Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. We do appreciate you for tuning in today. Hey, we are broadcasting live from the Holly Mullins of Farmers Insurance Agency at 14221 East 4th Avenue, Suite 100 in Aurora, Colorado. And oh boy, what fun we've had today.
I've had a lot of the clients come in and out of the doors. It's a really thriving insurance agency, which kind of surprised me to see so much activity. But you can come in and vote every single day from now until March 12th for where you want to send Eric to go on his vacation. Again, 14221 East 4th Avenue. We're kind of near 6th and 225. But one of the things when we think about farmers insurance, we always think about our homeowners policy, our car and policy. But one of the things, Holly, that you also cover is business insurance. Am I correct?
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. So what do business owners need to know about covering their business? What kind of things are we leaving on the table?
Well, definitely depends on the type of business. If it's a service or a retail, there's a lot of, but depending if you need liability, if you need property coverage, professional liability, it's a wide range, or auto coverage, workers' comp.
Well, what if somebody's renting or leasing a property? Do they need do they need that?
Like renter's insurance?
Well, usually they need some sort of tenant insurance. So if they're doing improvements to the building, they absolutely want to cover that. Then they need liability because if people are walking in on the property, they need to make sure that if something happens, that they're taken care of. So, yeah, they definitely, even if you don't own the property, you still need coverage.
I know a friend who recently, not actually recently, a year ago, slipped on some ice at in front of somebody's. Now they didn't own the building, but now you've got somebody who slipped and fell or had some kind of injury. Is the risk higher because it's a business?
It can be, not necessarily higher, but usually you can have more foot traffic versus your home, I guess,
Sure.
So absolutely, the chance of somebody slipping and falling is usually higher.
Holly, one of the things that I love about your agency in particular, you in particular, is how social you are. You are one of the friendliest insurance agents I've ever met, and you're very active in the community.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things that people don't care about or don't think about until something bad happens, which kind of not the best way to do it, because you should have a relationship with your agent, and I love working with families and business owners and being out in the community, and that's the fun part of the job, is getting in front of people and interacting with every walk of life. And I have clients from all sorts of different backgrounds, and that's very entertaining, and I love it. So
I love that. All right, so do you get a lot of phone calls from people switching over because they realize they've just had a bad experience with they're just not happy with their current insurance provider, and so they're shopping around for somebody to take good care of them?
Usually there's a few reasons. Either I'm shopping on price, I'm shopping on service, I'm shopping on a claim experience, or they just are like, I hear that you actually communicate with people, return phone calls, that kind of thing. So there's a few different reasons, but.
Well, I've seen on Facebook your interaction on Facebook. So I know that probably if you have a farmer's policy, there's probably a toll-free number they could call.
Oh, yeah.
But you always encourage your clients to call you directly.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I want people, we just had a lady this morning that came in, her pipes burst over the week.
Oh.
She came in and she's like, what do I do? It's just so, it's nice that people come in instead of calling the 1-800 first, because we can really walk through it and say, okay, this is what's going to happen, this is what we need to do. And, I just think it makes people feel a little bit better, a little more relief, than feel like they're going through it alone.
You bet. Let's give that phone number now. It's 303-366-7101. Again, 303-366-7101. If you don't love your insurance agent, or you just want to see if there's a more competitive quote, give Holly Mullins a ring.
She covers auto, home, life insurance, business policies, motorcycles, vehicles, financial, and even health insurance plans. Is that true?
Yeah, I do a little bit.
Yeah, but I'll skip over that. Renter's insurance and umbrella policies.
Yeah.
So the full gamut.
Yeah, there's really a whole lot, not really anything I can't do.
Holly, I'm confused. Why would my umbrella need insurance? What is that insurance policy?
That's a big umbrella you're carrying there. Is it insured?
Umbrella is an extra layer of liability over your home and your auto and any other rental properties or.
And do you recommend an umbrella policy for most people?
Yeah, it depends on your situation. But
sure.
Most people, it makes sense to have. If you have young drivers, it's very, very
Right.
highly recommended.
Absolutely. You might not carry an umbrella in your car,
But you
but
better
you
carry it.
definitely need to carry umbrella coverage with your insurance
Yes.
policies. All right, so Holly, I know you walk through. I think one of the things that we've discovered is a lot of times people are just underinsured and they didn't know it. So you need a lot of questions and discussion with your clients, right?
Yeah, I definitely have, we have questions that we go through and we kind of ask the right questions to pull out the information because sometimes people don't know what to tell us, so we kind of have to ask the questions and say, tell us more about your home and tell us more about your business. And it's what people don't think is important to tell us, and they kind of, share everything. I'm like, okay, well, this is how we need to fix this, or make sure we're covering this.
And that's the big piece with the insurance. One of the things we are not really thinking about when something bad happens. But when something bad happens, you want to make sure that coverage is already included.
Right.
And so often we're just shopping around on price, right? People are calling, well, what's the price for, I'm insuring my car. Right. Well, do you want to cover everybody injured in that accident or just the stop sign?
Right, exactly. Yeah, you don't want to find out the day of. And you also don't want to realize the fact that, I saved $10, but now I got to come up with thousands.
Yeah, well, therein lies the insurance conundrum, and we want to make sure that Holly Mullins at Farmers Insurance, conveniently located here in what is this, Northeast Aurora, around North Aurora, and folks, bilingual. They speak English and Spanish here.
And I'm learning Spanish when I call you. Por español, marque dos.
Marque dos. All right, yeah, exactly. Holly, a final thought for our listeners about insurance, about what you do and how you do it.
I just think it's important to find somebody who's still passionate about the business. There's a ton of me, but I think finding people that are passionate, that want to be engaged with you and your needs is important. So if you feel like you don't have that, then give us a call and see what we can do and see if we can find a solution.
All right, that phone number?
303-366-7101.
303-366-7101. Holly, a more gracious host I don't know that we've had, so thank you so much for putting up with all of our radio equipment and live blogging going on here and so on. It truly has been a pleasure to serve you. And, of course, you can find more about Holly at experiencepros.com on the Extreme Customer Service Directory.
Yes.
You bet. All right, well, Holly, we hope that you win the free month of advertising. So get your clients to vote. Come in and vote every day at the Holly Mullins Farmers Insurance Agency. Fun place, easy to find, Suite 100, right off the front door. So great location. Thanks for having us.
Of course. Thanks for coming.
Absolutely. Well, and we have to say thank you to so many people who have made the program so enjoyable today. We had a long list of folks who joined us today.
Well, absolutely. We've been here for a couple of hours. We started off with Darren Gibby talking about his new book, The Vintage Club. Of course, our health tip came from Gunther Mueller and BioT Medical. Find them online at biotemedical.com. Sign up for the Broomfield Business Summit going on February 28th with the Broomfield Chamber of Commerce. Scott Merritt talked about identity theft. Dr. Weisbard, our health tip, said eat more chocolate. Walt said plan for your future. And Holly.
And Maxine, don't forget. I did. Folks, thank you now for tuning in. On behalf of Charlie, our producer, myself, and all the people that make the Experience Pros radio happen every day, thanks for tuning in. We do appreciate you. Back in studio with Business Talk tomorrow. Did.
Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you, Charlie. All right.
Bye, Charlie.
Let this go, I guess.
The first time I ever did a live back, I was just like, I was